Tupa! This story happened to my mother in Tulancingo, Hidalgo. When she was 13 years old, in the family there are 9 siblings, including my mother. Unfortunately, the economy of their father, my grandfather, was not enough to support the 9. So, the older brothers worked to support the house. My mother and 2 other siblings were the youngest, so they were the ones in charge together with their mother of the housework. Sometimes they were sent to a well near the house for water. Many people went there for its water in those years. One afternoon, my grandmother ordered my mom to go to the well for water, so she went with her buckets to fill them. On the way to the well, my mother met one of her friends. They stayed talking so much, the time ran out of time for my mother. It was already 11:20 when my mother remembered that my grandmother was waiting for her with the water. Scared, she took the bucket and said goodbye to her friend. As my mom was walking away, her friend finally told my mom to be very careful on the way back home, since there was a rumor about a man who robbed women and then took their lives. My mom, in a hurry, simply said yes to leave in a hurry, since she was afraid of the scolded woman who was waiting for her at home. Walking alone at night, in the distance, my mom saw a man standing on the street. She remembered what her friend had told her, so she began to walk slowly to try to avoid the man. But the man walked away from her. He approached my mom and said, "Do you need help?" My scared mom ignored him and went on her way. The man asked her the same thing again, and my nervous mom said, "No," and also added, "My parents are there around the corner. They are going to help me." At that moment, luckily, in one of the houses where they were passing, one of the neighbors came out, and thank God, the mysterious man walked away, leaving my mom alone. When she got to the street where her house was located, my mom noticed that right at the entrance, a huge black dog was standing and wouldn't stop looking at her. She says it had a deep and creepy look. When he approached and saw that the dog was not moving, she began to throw water at it from the bucket she was carrying to scare him away. But the dog was very strange. It seemed not to be scared by the water. It slowly moved away from the entrance without stopping to observe the dog. My mom didn't care and quickly went into her house. Fortunately, my grandparents were sleeping, so my mother went to her room to sleep. She says that she had a horrible night. She had a horrible nightmare where a man in black, whose face could not be distinguished, told her, "You are mine. They will never see you again." The next day, my mom went to look for her friend to tell her what had happened the day before after they said goodbye. But when she got home and asked for her, she was surprised that her friend didn't come back that night. They looked for her and still didn't know about her. She had disappeared. Several days passed until they finally found her. Unfortunately, she was lifeless inside a house. She had no eyes and her heart was outside of her body. When they found her, a black dog was next to her, the same dog my mom had run into the horrible night. The dog had a mouth full of blood, and apart from that, the house had many symbols, apparently satanic. It is said that the mother, upon seeing her daughter's bodies, took a machete that was inside the house and went directly to the dog with courage. They heard the dog scream with a human voice and managed to flee from there. They never saw him again, neither the man or the dog. People say it was a Nahual. My mom's friends' mom went to live somewhere else and they didn't hear from her. But whenever we pass by the street where everything happened, my sad mom remembers and tells me not to go there at night. Leave your comment down here, subscribe, and like El Tupa.